as part of our mental health special, then, let's focus in on a company that's making mental health cool and relevant again. Level Supermind. It's co-founded by Ranveer Allahbadia of Beer Biceps, co-founder of Shebang, Harshil Karia, as well as Ayush Anand. And they're with me in the studio. Thank you so much, Ranveer, as well as Harshil, for joining us.
Thanks, Avanne.
So essentially, I understand that Level Supermind, it's an app. It offers guided meditations, breathwork, etc. And if we were to just start off, Ranveer, by talking about this, because at a time, mental health, etc., it was very taboo, and now it's becoming dinner table conversations. We're discussing it on national television. Has the perception really changed, according to you?
Yeah, I think it's happened post the pandemic. People are talking much more about therapy, talking much more about mental health, but what they're especially not talking about nowadays is mental fitness. The solutions other than therapy.
Right.
Therapy doesn't work by itself. You've got to change up your lifestyle. That's where Level Supermind comes in.
Yeah, so Harshil, I want to talk about that because you said you're building what Nike did to the body for the mind. Tell us a little bit more about Level Supermind.
Yeah, so we think, just this context of Nike for the mind.
Right.
Today, where we are with meditation, where less than 2.5% of the world's population meditates, 0.5% of the world's population has a regular meditation practice. And the science has showed us that it is the best way to supercharge your mind. So, there's hundreds of peer-reviewed studies which talk about how it improves focus, how it improves memory, how it improves speed of thinking. So we think it has manifold benefits for the human mind, and it's kind of just tipping at the iceberg, what Ranveer said about mental fitness and mental health really becoming a dinner table conversation.
Yeah. And I just want to understand as well, because clearly mental health affects all aspects of one's life. When there's low productivity, it affects you at home and personally, etc. So do you think that a lot of organizations as well are doing enough, like companies taking cognizance of this?
Well, we don't know about, I can't comment about companies as a whole, but we've seen a lot of interest from some very forward companies who are saying that, look, they want to really look at the solution that Level Supermind offers as a B2B solution for the entire employee workforce. And that's something that we are very, very excited about.
What is it that it's going to offer to me? Is it catered to individuals? How much do I have to pay? How does it work?
Yeah, so we have two problems that we solve. One is most people, once we tell them about meditation, they're like, I'm convinced, but I don't know how to start.
Got it.
So the first thing that we really focus on is a hand-holding process of how to start. So there's a entire almost 42-day journey that you can start your meditation practice with. And the second is, how do I continue? Because most people say, look, I can start, but I'm getting off the track. So, that is where we built it almost like a game, where we have a lot of gamification features that reward you for being consistent. There's a XP based mechanism. So it's all of that to make sure that we use all the great things of digital products, which make digital products addictive, but for your own good.
Okay. Ranveer, maybe this is a little bit, contradictory to what you do, because, social media is a big aspect as well. Do you think that in some way also festers or eats into the mental health problem that we're seeing, especially with this upcoming generation? I mean, we're addicted to our phones. It's our 11th finger.
Yeah, I 500% agree, even though it's like the central aspect of my job. It's fantastic. It's a part of culture. Social media is going to be there even 20 years later, because now it's just become a part of the human lifestyle. But you've got to understand what it does to the mind, and you've got to undo certain aspects of it. Social media has its own positives, has its own benefits, but it's definitely affecting a whole generation negatively in many ways. The top of which is attention spans. I feel if your attention span...
Comparing yourself maybe to others and, therefore low motivation or not feeling motivated enough maybe.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I'm a little bit in the neuroscience zone here because we're speaking about levels.
Sure.
But definitely that's a part of it. The comparison, all the, emotional downsides of social media.
Yeah.
Either way, the solution in both cases is what you do when you're not on your phone. Like, what do you do with your life outside of your phone? Our goal with creating what we've created is to kind of fix those remaining 9 minus 6 hours that you spend on your phone. So the 9 hours that you're awake outside of work, 6 hours likely lots of people spend on their social media. What do you do in the remaining 3?
Right.
Better audio experiences. And this is not just podcasts. It could be guided meditations. It could be guided workouts, guided yoga. Better sleep routines, like nighttime routines are becoming a big trend all over the world because people are just realizing how important sleep is.
Yeah.
So I feel if you fix the other stuff in your life outside of your phone, you'll be all right.
Okay. I was talking about how a lot of startups as well have entered this space. Harshil, has there been any fundraising right now when it comes to Level Supermind? What's the plan or goal? Are you in talks with investors?
We're very proud to be bootstrapped and profitable. And we decided to run the company that way since day one.
Okay.
When the right set of investors come in, we would be exploring that on the table. At this point in time, we know that this is a global play because meditation and preventive mental health or building the mental health muscle is not just an India conversation, it's a global conversation. We sit in the home of meditation and yoga. We think that's, and we think it's a shame that there's no global app coming out of India. So India is our home market. We're committed to serving India and we're committed to dominating in India. But then after that, it's the world which is where we are looking to expand.
Another thing that you do is you work very closely as well with government schools in order to foster the idea of mental health and meditation, etc. Right?
Yeah. So when Ranveer and I got together, we knew that we have the potential to really transform the minds of this country. So one is that yes, we're going to do it through the app product, but there's lots of people who we can impact at a very early stage in government schools. So we do either 3-day or 7-day meditation programs inside of government schools where we teach them the art of meditation. One of the most joyful moments for us was in a school in Sayan Dharavi in Mumbai, where the girl at the start of the program, she had anxiety to even stand up and talk in front of people. She went through a 7-day meditation.
Something a lot of people face.
A lot of people face that. She went through 7 days of this meditation program, and at the end of the 7th day, she gave a speech to the whole class. So that was a hair-raising moment for the entire team in terms of what you can do if you really start focusing your mind on like you said, not comparing yourself to others, understanding yourself, increasing your focus. These are all the compounded benefits of meditation. And as our co-founder Ayush says, he has a very good kind of mission line that we have, which is that we want to make meditation and the mind as cool as building a six-pack. So that's what we are really focused on.
Yeah, and I think I need to download the app ASAP. I haven't as yet, but there are a lot of other startups as well within this space, some that we've interacted with. Is there fear of competition or?
Yeah, not really. That's again the one thing you've learned from the social media and YouTube space, that if it's a content first app, then the game is entirely in the content, the game is entirely in user feedback. And I personally believe that the game is entirely in the ancient knowledge of the subcontinent. We eventually do want to sell to the world as well. And there's so much more content to be packed into the app. Be it like, the details of yogic processes or the details of even more advanced meditations. I feel our content journey has just begun.
The work that we're doing in the schools is only 15,000 kids impacted so far. And this year our goal is to take it to 1.5 lakh kids. So we're really focusing on that to say that how can we, apart from building a strong, profitable company, how can we impact as many people and their minds and change their lives and transform their lives in a deep way.
And with that, we're completely timed out on this leg of Startup Central. Thanks so much for watching. Do remember to send us any feedback on suc@etnow.tv.